Hello, welcome to Business 146. My name is Dr. James Yohe, and today we're going to talk about starting early, retirement and estate planning. I've got to keep these videos fairly short. One of the reasons it's taking me so long to get this on is I'm having problems downloading these things, so I'm going to keep it short. These are some of the things that the chapter focuses on. We're going to look at determine your planned retirement income and develop a balanced budget based on your retirement income. Okay, we'll look a little bit into estate planning if we have the time. Now, you want to start early about retirement. One of the things I do if we were sitting in class is I'd get my financial calculator out and I'd say, how much money do you want to have by the time you retire? And we could figure out how much you would need to save now to have that amount of money when you retire. You're not going to receive Social Security. The federal government is, for all intents and purposes, bankrupt, and we've seen that with the recent coronavirus incident. The Federal Reserve Bank of the United States is printing up upwards to $10 trillion out of thin air to pay for these bailouts and the checks that people are getting. So, the government on the bailout bills are going to have to borrow money, and the federal deficit and unfunded liabilities, there's no way that the government's going to be able to pay for these things. So you will not receive Social Security, and if you do, it'll be worthless. So what you want to do is start saving now, and that'll minimize the burden on you of saving for retirement rather than if you wait till later. Okay. Myths about retirement. You can see you have plenty of time. No, you don't. You should have already started. Saving just a little bit won't help. Yes, it will. You can save more over time. You'll spend less money when you retire. That's probably not true. Retirement only lasts 15 years. Sometimes it can last 25 years, 35 years. Who knows? If you live to be 100, over 100, you can depend on Social Security. God bless you if you do. Your pension benefits will increase to keep pace with inflation. No, most of us don't have pensions anyway. I do because I work for the state, and who knows what that pension will buy by the time I finally ever get it. Start now. The time is critical. Okay. If you need help, you can go see a financial advisor. You don't have to just do this based on this lecture or what you've learned in this chapter. You can go to a financial professional who can help you do this. Okay. And here, this is what I would normally do for you in class, but we'll just do it on the PowerPoint slide. If you want to, have over $1 million by the time you retire, at the age of 25, you can start investing $127 a month. Okay, and this is probably a pretty high interest rate to expect, but you can have $1 million. Meanwhile, if you wait till you're 50, like I am, I'm in my 50s, I'd have to save $2,200 a month, which just isn't realistic. Okay, especially if you have children. Okay, conducting a financial analysis. Assets minus liability give you your net worth. We did that earlier in the class, so you could pull that out and take that with you to a financial advisor. Housing, if owned, is probably your biggest single asset. If you have large equity or reverse mortgage, could provide additional retirement income, although that isn't a great way to raise money. The fees and expenses on a reverse mortgage are large. Okay, plus when you die, if you wanted to pass that house down, whoever you were giving the home to would have to go out and get a mortgage on their own to pay off that reverse mortgage. Okay. Do you have life insurance? May reduce coverage as you near retirement and children are self-sufficient. Increase your income by lowering premiums. Okay. Life insurance. All right. You want to provide life insurance generally if you have dependents or people who are not self-sufficient in your family. As you get older, you can increase your income by lowering the premiums on your life insurance and cutting the amount of life insurance you have. Don't forget about a spouse or whatever. And then other investments, consider changing your objective from growth to income as you get older. Okay, estimating retirement expenses. This is something you could sit down with a financial consultant and do. Some expenses may go down or stop, right? 401k contributions, obviously, they'll probably stop. Work expenses, gas, lunches out. Clothing expenses, you'll buy fewer clothes and they'll be more casual, right? Housing expense, house payment may stop if your house is paid off. So one of the things to shoot for is to get your house paid off before you retire if you own a house. And your federal income taxes will probably be lower. Other expenses may go up, life and health insurance, unless your employer continues coverage. Okay. Medical expenses increase with age. Expenses for leisure activities, right? Gifts and contributions. Inflation will increase the amount needed to cover expenses over the course of retirement. And right now, no one knows what's going to happen with the dollar. But as over time, the purchasing power of a dollar decreases. So what might be enough to buy food today might not be enough to buy food when you're ready to retire. So you have to think about that. And again, that's something a a financial advisor could help you with if you sat down with them. These are different sources of retirement incomes: employer pension plans, public pension plans like Social Security, personal retirement plans. You can save money on your own, and you can purchase something called an annuity. Okay. An employer pension plan is a retirement plan that is funded at least in part by an employer. With this type of plan, your employer contributes to your retirement benefits, and sometimes you contribute. Okay, these contributions and earnings remain tax deferred until you start to withdraw them in retirement. Private employer pension plans may vary. Most private companies are going away from pension plans towards 401ks, where you contribute money, they match it, and you're responsible for investing the money in. If it makes money, that's great. If it doesn't, that's you pay the cost if you lose money on those things. Very few private employers are doing pension plans. Instead, they're going to defined contribution plans, and that's like the 401k, profit sharing, etc. Okay, it provides an individual account for each participant, also called an individual account plan. Money purchase pension plans, percentage of earnings set aside annually along with any employer contributions. Okay, that's what a lot of you are going to be doing. You say, okay, I'm going to put 5% of my salary aside and the company will match it up to a certain percentage. Whenever you get a new job and you think about retirement, the first thing you want to do is ask them, okay, what is the employee contribution? It's generally in your interest to match the maximum contribution that the employer will provide. A lot of times it might be 7%, so you might want to, if it's possible, put aside 7% of your income. They take it straight out of your check, you never see it, put it into a 401k, and then have it matched. Okay? It's one of the best investments out there. Stock bonus plan. Employers' contribution buys stock in your company for you. Okay, these can be a little bit risky. We saw that with Enron, where all these people invested their money in Enron, and then turns out they didn't. The company went bankrupt. Profit sharing plans. Employers' contribution depends on the company's profits. So there, instead of saying we're going to give you exactly 7%, up to 7%, they say, okay, we're going to, based on profits, we're going to take some of those profits and give them to our as contributions to our employees' retirement. Okay, 401k is the most basic. This will probably be where I'm going to end this, just because I'm having problems. The longer the videos, the more difficult it is to try and get them uploaded. Okay, so a salary reduction plan. They take the money directly out of your paycheck. Your employer makes non-taxable contributions and reduces your salary by the same amount. So let's say you make $5,000 a month, and you say, okay, I'm going to contribute 6%. Basically, about $300 a month would come out of your paycheck, and your employer would match that. So you'd have $600 a month going into this retirement plan. Some employers match a portion of your contribution, not all. Funds are invested in stocks, bonds, and mutual funds. You might have a vesting period, okay? Uh, and that is an employee's right to at least a portion of the benefits accrued under an employer pension plan, even if the employee leaves the company before retiring. So there may be a period of time you have to stay with this company before you can take the 401k plan with you if you quit or retire. Okay. And we're going to leave it off at there. Thank you very much. A short quiz to follow.